Alright, so I'm actually recording this to give to all of you on our Facebook page. This is going to be our Christmas strength and conditioning programs. Alright, so if you need it, or if you have any questions or forget anything, you'll be able to refer to this video. Alright, so just pay attention for hopefully no longer than 10 minutes. We'll try and fly through all of this. At the very end, if you do make this final list, you're going to be given a book that looks exactly like this. So what we're referring to tonight are these two pages here. So this is your strength, page 1 and page 2, two completely different workouts. We're going to do that. We're going to go through mini band activation. So Izzy's just going to jump down on the ground, demonstrate to all of you. If you can't see, stand up. Just make sure that you're not in the way of that iPad. Yeah, clams. So the first exercise are clams. So these are all with a mini band.
Do we have to buy them?
Yes, if you don't have one, or hopefully your gym has one, they're like about $5 or $6, so they're pretty cheap. So what you need to do, listen it up, so everyone quiet now. Bend around the knees. Izzy's going to set up with her heels together. All she's going to do is raise that outside knee up to the sky, trying to open it up and close back down. So it's nice and controlled, open up, close down. And you would do that both sides. So they're called clams or clamshells. We'll go into bridges next. Glute bridges. So band's going to stay exactly where it is, around the knees, back nice and flat. All Izzy's going to do is squeeze her glutes, palms facing up to the sky. Hips come up, lock in, control back down. All the way up, squeeze, lock in, come back down. We'll show abduction as well too. So what you can do, if that's too easy for you, you can lock up, so squeeze those glutes, press those knees out, keep those hips up, knees in, hips down. Alright, to make it a little bit harder. Cool. They are bridges. Leg raises, no, don't need to go through. Squats, just band squats around the knee. It's the exact same thing. Just your normal squats. This band's going to try and pull those knees out. Pull those knees in. You need to try and avoid that. Drive those knees out left and right. Good. So just your normal squats, it's pretty simple. Our lateral steps, so the band will now go around the ankle. We just need a bit of space with this one. We're working left and right. So knees bend slightly, chest is going to stay up. Hands on the hips or the glutes. If you want to put them on the glutes, it'll fire them up more. We're just going to take a step to the right, control in, reset. Good, making sure those toes stay nice and straight as we do that. And obviously we do that the exact same way. The opposite way. Good. Lateral shuffle, which would be, you would know that. So it's the exact same thing, but we start to go a little bit faster. So what I'm going to do is instruct Izzy, so band will stay around there. We reset, and we start to shuffle a little bit. So that band, again, is going to pull you in really fast. Yeah, so it's a bit of a skip. You're going to feel like a bit of an idiot. That's absolutely okay. What it's trying to do is fire up those glutes. So that's the lateral shuffle. The linear step, so band will stay around the ankle. We're going to get in the exact same position we were just in. We're going to take a step to the left, step to the right, and we're going to keep working out accordingly. Just like that. And then you would do that backwards, of course. So toes stay straight, knees bent, just like that. And a linear shuffle as well too. This is even more awkward. So the band will stay there, and I'll just demonstrate this one. One foot's going to be out in front, one's going to stay out behind, and we hop. Just like that. I know, it looks silly, You won't be laughing when you do it though, I promise you. And we're going to do the exact same thing backwards. You'd swap over, right leg out in front, go all the way out, go all the way back. Yeah, I know. Good, so that's all your glute activation stuff. Band can come off. No, skiers will be the next one. So these are your main exercises that we'll go through. So, a skier, we're going to set up on one leg. And we're going to go to the opposite leg, so we're pushing off. We're going to catch, 2-second hold, reset, press back to the other side, just like that. So kind of like we're skiing on snow pretty much. Be strict, 2-second hold. You're only cheating yourself if you don't do that. A band row is next. So hopefully you all have accessibility to a band at your gym or home, or they're about $10. From like Kmart or maybe even Rebel Sport. Set it up like this, knees bend a little bit, pulling those shoulder blades back, bracing to the core, squeezing the glutes, and we're just pulling it like so. Bless you. So the really important thing with this one is that we're squeezing those shoulder blades back. So I like to think big proud chest. So we stick that chest out as we pull that band in. Good, rest there. RDL is next. So an RDL or a Romanian deadlift is going to be either with a bar. If you're not quite up to the bar just yet, that's absolutely fine. You can use a dumbbell, kettlebell, any sort of weight out in front holding onto, whatever you've got. So just RDL. So what you're going to do, this is a tricky one, so pay attention. We're going to start tall, hands either side of our thighs. We're going to bend those knees softly, slight bend. They're not going to move from here. So all we're going to do is push our bum back. We're going to load those hamstrings, back's nice and flat. Get to about knee or just past, and we're going to stand back tall. If you want to go, yeah, do another one. Yeah, do another one, and then go on the side so they can all see. Good. All right, so just roll over to the side. So just watch how flat Izzy's back is. Watch how our knees don't go into a squat position. They stay slightly bent, but they don't move from there. So you should start to feel it for the hamstrings straight away. Back nice and flat. Head stays neutral, so try not to strain that neck too much. Perfect. Good. Rest there. So they're RDLs. Do the same thing with the kettlebell out in front, dumbbell, whatever you've got. Chin-ups, we're going to make another video for. We're not going to make you go in there and do them, so just wait for that. A bent over row, which can be with the dumbbell, kettlebell, again, your choice. Izzy's going to set up in a bent position, knees bent kind of like the RDL. Chest is going to be over those knees, and she's just going to bring that weight in nice and close to her chest. Obviously, you would have two weights as you do that, so good demonstration, Izzy. Nice, alright. Single leg glute bridge. So just like the glute bridges we just did on the ground, don't need a band. Start with body weight. If that's too easy, we'll start to add weight at a later date. All Izzy's going to do is bring one heel nice and close to her bum. Still going to drive those hips up, press to that heel. Get those hips to the sky. Good. That leg should be nice and level to this thigh as well too. So I don't want to see legs sticking up like that. It doesn't need to. So just nice and flat with that other thigh. Cool? Again, you would do both sides. If you want to start to add a bit of weight, grab a dumbbell, place it on your hips. You can hold it as you do it too to make it harder. Alright. Izzy's abs of steel. So this is going to be a 4-way rotation with 4 exercises. So the first one's going to be dead bugs. You're going to be down on the ground, body weight again, back nice and flat. Fingers are going to be pointed up to the sky, knees up, toes pulled into the shins. All we're going to do from here is move our opposite hand to our opposite leg. So it sounds pretty simple, but it's quite complex. So off we go, Izzy. Opposite hand, opposite leg. So all the way out, all the way back in. Good. Kind of replicating what a dead bug would look like on its back, if you've got a good imagination. So what you want to do with this one is really make sure that that lower back stays nice and flat to the ground. If you do lose contact with your lower back, just reset and press that back down flat. Otherwise, we're placing too much stress through there. Alright, cool, relax there. The pile-off press, which will be the next one. So you need your resistance band again. You're going to set it up onto a pole or anything you can kind of attach it to. That's out of the way for you. Cool, so you're going to set up away from the pole. The further you go out, the harder it's going to be. So kind of see where you're roughly at. Once you come for your knees, are going to be bent slightly. Chest is going to stay tall. Band's going to start in the middle of our chest. And we're just going to press straight out, one big straight line, controlling back in. So once we go out to that furthest position, that band's going to want to try and snap us back in. So we've got to brace to those tummy muscles, alright? If you can't feel much, that's fine. Just step out further. Farmer's walks are next. You can rest there, Izzy. Just grab a couple of kettlebells. So you'll need 2 weights of the exact weight with this one. One's going to be up overhead. So bicep or arm nice and close to the ear. The other one just hanging by the side. So with this one, we're just going to walk for 10 seconds. So just make sure you've got a bit of space. We stay nice and tall, keeping that chest up, squeezing those glutes as we walk. We rotate around and come back through, and do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So be really strict, stay nice and tall. And then the last one, Mr. Miyagi's. I know. Alright, and they're probably up thinking, you're probably thinking what they already are. So, we're going to go down into a plank position. We're going to wax on and wax off. Just like that. So you've got to stay brace that core, keep those glutes locked in. I don't want to see any hips or bumps shooting up to the sky. We stay nice and neutral, and we just keep going wax on, wax off, and alternating between the legs. Cool, that's session 1 done. The second session will be the exact same in terms of glute activation and all your mobility drills. The first exercise will be a goblet squat. So what you need is a dumbbell, kettlebell, again, whatever you can get your hands onto. Setting up into a normal squat position, so feet just outside hip width, toes straight or slightly pointed out, entirely up to you. We're going to keep our chest up, we're dropping straight down. Really important that we move our hips first, so load back up, just come to the side. So we're going to push our hips back slightly, then bend our knees. That's a really important cue to use because we load our hips first rather than our knees. So hips back, chest stays up, and we're driving those knees out left and right. So we don't want to see any knock knees as we squat in. Cool. Push-ups or elevated push-ups. So it's entirely up to you. If you can do full body weight push-ups, do them. If you struggle a little bit, that's fine too. We'll elevate them. So we'll just show you a normal body weight push-up and we'll show you how you can elevate it. So, nice and neutral, glutes locked in, brace into the core. Really important here that we squeeze our shoulder blades back. You want to feel like you're pulling your chest to the ground, alright? So most of you, and I've seen most of you do it, set up with our elbows nice and wide, so it's a T position like that. We want to start to bring those elbows in a little bit closer to the ribs. So that's going to save our shoulders. So what we're going to do, pull those shoulder blades in, we're going to control down, squeeze our chest down to the ground, and we're going to press that floor away as hard as we possibly can. So pulling in with our shoulder blades, feel that squeeze, and press away. Awesome. If you need to elevate that, all you need is a bench or a box, whatever you can use, or get your hands onto. Yeah, cool. So the exact same thing, we're just elevating now, so it makes it just a little bit easier. But don't go too easy, because again, you're just cheating yourselves. Alright, we're almost there. Box jumps. Can I pinch the middle box, please? Yeah, that's fine. I'll jump. Oh yeah, tall one, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So you need a box. With this one, make sure the base that you're landing on is quite stable. So what we need to do here, it's a fast drop down, so use your hands, big swing, drop down. And we're going to try and land. This is way too small for me. But you want to land in your squat position, so your normal squat position. Nice and soft, knees pressing out, chest up. Trying to hold that catch position for a couple of seconds. Reset, take a step off, catch, 1, 2. And you didn't hear much noise then, it was fairly quiet. That's what you're looking for. So imagine you're landing on glass. You want to be nice and soft, so you don't break that glass. Then the box jumps. We can use that for single leg squat if you want. So single leg squat. Use a box or a bench, whatever you can sit down to. We're going to come up on one leg, chest stays tall, just dropping straight down to that box. We're going to touch lightly, press to that heel, stand back up, just like that. So if you struggle with balance a little bit, that's fine. Find a spot out in front, stare at it. That'll help you quite a bit. Awesome. And again, you do that both sides, so you don't have to do that. Reverse lunge. So with weight again, whatever you can get your hands onto. We're going to drop through the back leg, chest stays tall. Good. And we're just bending that front knee just slightly. So we don't want excessive knee bend like that, or heels starting to come up. If we are struggling with balance a little bit, because this is a tricky one sometimes too when we load it up, we can be quite narrow with our stance. Just make it a little bit wider. That's absolutely fine, and you're still going to get the same benefits out of it as well too. Cool? So make sure you're holding dumbbells on the side there. Dumbbell shoulder press. So staying up nice and tall, glutes locked in. Pressing those arms up, nice and close to those ears, controlling back down. See how Izzy's elbows aren't flaring out too wide? They're nice and close to her ribs. No, perfect. Good. And just pressing tall, controlling back down. If your legs are cooked, I'll give you the option to sit down and do them as well too. The exact same thing, we're just pressing up, controlling back down. So you can use a bench there as well. Alright, and to finish, beams is big arms. So there's another 4-way rotation. Bicep curl into a press. So again, with your dumbbells, we're going to curl them up And straight up into the press, come back down, control, back into your bicep curl. Cool, and with these ones, there's no rest. So you go from a curl to curl and press into a close grip push-up, which Izzy will now demonstrate. Again, with your push-ups, if you can't do them on the ground, go to elevated. The only difference here with this push-up are your hands are much closer in, just like Izzy's are. So still try to squeeze those shoulder blades back, brace into the core in a big plank position. Good, rest there, Izzy. Dumbbell hammer curl, back to the dumbbells again. When you're ready, pretty simple, straightforward, so we're just curling up like that. And then the last one we'll finish off with is the tricep dips. So you just need a bench. Just drop it straight down, keep that chest tall. Just dropping that bum down just like that. Perfect. And that is it.